rise for our national anthem. Please be seated.
Good evening. We are the 122nd Army Band of your Ohio National Guard, and we are absolutely thrilled to be with you here tonight on this gorgeous evening. Like a lot of you, our past year has been a little difficult and sometimes kind of strange, but we're excited to be back out and performing again in communities just like yours. And tonight, we want to take you on a journey across our great nation, from sea to shining sea. We're going to explore our culture and heritage through music. We're going to kick things off over on the West Coast, in the city by the bay, where I left my heart, in San Francisco.
trumpets and trombones, yeah? 122nd Army Jazz Ensemble, everybody. How about it? Of course, that was Left My Heart in San Francisco, made famous by the great Tony Bennett. And on that tune, you heard Specialist Ryan Doyle back here on trumpet. Another fun fact about Specialist Doyle, he was 4th in the state for the Best Warrior competition in the Ohio Army National Guard. And the Best Warrior competition is basically just a big competition that we have that tests military fitness, marksmanship, military knowledge, soldier knowledge, all kinds of different categories that the soldiers are tested on. And out of the entire state, from the band, Specialist Ryan Doyle plays 4th place. How about that? So we're going to take you across the fruited plain from San Francisco all the way to the East Coast to New York City. We're going to do a great Stan Kenton chart, Lullaby of Broadway. And on this particular tune, you're going to hear Sergeant Lempner, Tom Lempner on saxophone, alto saxophone here. You're going to hear from Staff Sergeant John Connors on trombone. You're going to hear from Specialist Hunter Hot Z over here on trumpet. And finally, we're going to close it up with Sergeant Kenny G over here on tenor saxophone. This is Lullaby of Broadway. Hope you like it. 122nd Army Jazz Band, everybody. How about that? You guys sound fantastic tonight. So as the title of our theme would suggest, Sea to Shining Sea, we're going to take you on a little musical road trip today. You've already heard from our concert band, our jazz band. You're going to hear from the rock band tonight. You're going to hear all types of different music. You're going to hear some jazz, obviously. You're going to hear some Dixieland. You're going to hear some country. You're going to hear some Western. You're going to hear some country and Western. We do both types here. You're going to hear a little bit of Zydeco music tonight. You're going to hear some funk, all kinds of different styles. We're going to kick things off with just a little bit of Dixieland here, so come take a closer walk with us.
To be out here again. Like so many performing groups, we have been off the road for almost 2 years, and because of that, about a quarter of this entire band is on their very first tour with us. Two of those members are right here on stage. You just heard from them, Specialist Cherokee Milletti and Specialist Ryan Doyle. As you heard, yes, they have absolutely been killing it, but honestly, every single new member has exceeded expectations. We are so proud of them. So please help me give them all a warm welcome to the 122nd. Thank you, one more time. We have gained a lot of new members, but we are also losing some this year. For Sergeant Jason Luthi, right here, this will be his final concert with us. I couldn't say enough about what he has given to this band, but suffice it to say, he is a talented, sacrificing force multiplier and an icon of personality for this group. He has absolutely earned his retirement and a permanent place in our hearts and our stories. So in honor of his retirement, tonight we're going to take the stage down to Hawaii. And as we do, please give it up for Sergeant Luthi.
investigator. Okay, fun fact. We'll get serious now. Did you know that alligators can grow up to 18 feet? 18 feet? Yeah, but most of them only have 4. Okay, fine. We'll get it going. Here we go. Goodbye, Joe. We gotta go. Me, oh my. We gotta go. Throw my Firo down the bayou. Mighty bones, sweetest one on the bayou. Said, son of a gun, we gonna have big fun on the bayou. Well, John, I have promised my big up. For tonight, I'm gonna see my Chevy home. Roll back and top, left the jar and the chaos. Said, son of a gun, we gonna have big fun on the bayou.
almost heaven. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, holding like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty days of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, heading down south to the land of the pines. I'm thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring up the road, pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a boot camp on 1,000. Now hoping for Raleigh, I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. When baby plays the guitar, I pick a banjo now. Oh, no country winners keep on getting me down. Lost my money playing poker, so I had to leave town. But I ain't turning back to living that old life no more. Country road, ride like the wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Yeah, rock me, mama, like the wind and rain. I wanna rock like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Walking to the south, out of Roanoke, I called a truck around in Philly. He was real nice folk, but he's headed west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. I gotta get a move on before the sun. I hear my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. But if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Country roads reveal a part of America bigger than the biggest cities. They take us far from the skyscrapers and the sports arenas, far from the interstates and the airports.
There are many notable landmarks in our country, some of them nearly as recognizable as the American flag itself. The White House, the Statue of Liberty, the Gateway Arch, Mount Rushmore, the Golden Gate Bridge. But for each of these, there are hundreds of small towns with big personalities that fill our country's heartland. Small towns that are as much a part of us as we are part of them.
Long ago, but not so very long ago, the world was different. Oh yes, it was. You settled down, built a town and made it live, and you watched it grow. It was your town. Time goes by, and time brings changes. You change too. Nothing comes that you can't handle, so on you go. Never see it coming when the world caves in on you, on your town. There's nothing you can do. Main Street isn't Main Street anymore. Lights don't shine as brightly as they'd shone before. To tell the truth, lights don't shine at all in our town. The sun comes up each morning just like it's always done. You get up, go to work, and start the day. You open up for business that's never gonna come as the world rolls by a million miles away. Main Street isn't Main Street anymore. No one seems to need us like they did before. It's hard to find a reason left to stay, but it's our town. We love it anyway. Come what may. It's our town.
Thank you.
Let's brass quintet, everybody. My name is Staff Sergeant Arlie Weiler. I have been in the Ohio Army National Guard for 7 years, and a lot of you are probably aware of the educational benefits of the Ohio Guard, but you might not know just how amazing they are. If, like me, you wait until you've already started college to join, you still receive all of the college benefits, including 100% tuition, loan repayment, and the GI Bill living stipend, which really helps you graduate with little to no debt. Or you can transfer these benefits to your spouse or your children. On top of the college benefits, there are thousands of training and certification opportunities that can apply to your military or civilian career. In these 7 years, I myself have worked in IT, logistics, music, and leadership, and there's always more room to grow. So if you are interested in hearing more about what it really means to be a citizen soldier, please come talk to us after the show. We will answer all of your questions about what it really means to serve your state and the United States of America.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember when that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance. Maybe they'd be happy for a while. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widow bride. Something touched me deep inside. Dead. The music. American
Staff Sergeant Kenny Bobo Bettinger on vocals right there. Good evening, everybody. We are Flashbang. We're the rock band of the 122nd Army Band. And man, what a pleasure it is to be here on this beautiful night. I know that Sergeant Kessler already said that, but it is worth repeating. Thank you, Beaver Township, for coming out and sharing your evening with us. We've been all over the place. We've been to New York, New Orleans, San Francisco, Hawaii, Chicago. And we're going to keep the tour going a little bit. Specialist Cameron Nicoletta over there on guitar. He's behind the bar serving up a little Tennessee whiskey.
Used to spend my nights out at the ballroom. Liquor was the only love I'd known. But then you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. Your smooth Tennessee whiskey, you're as sweet as strawberry wine. I look for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like your love to give me Tennessee whiskey. Oh, as sweet as strawberry wine. Stay strong on your love all the time. Tennessee whiskey. It's Tennessee whiskey. It's Tennessee whiskey.
Once again, Steph Sergeant Ken Benninger on the vocals, Specialist Cameron Nicoletta on the guitar. We're going to bring out the howitzer horn line now, and you know that means it's time to get funky. All different kinds of musical styles we've covered tonight: jazz, blues, zydeco, right? A little bit of that Cajun goodness, little accordion, can't go wrong with accordion. And now we're going to cover down on some soul. And nobody did soul better than the godfather of soul himself, Mr. James Brown. So let's do a little James Brown. Let's get Living in America going.
Knock my out, feel it. Superhighway, coast to coast, easy to get anywhere. On the transcontinental overload, just slide behind the wheel. Tell me, how does it feel? It's no destination, it's too far. And somewhere along the way, you might find out who you are. Station to station, hand to hand, across the nation. Living in America, to have a celebration.
The devil went down to Georgia because he was looking for a soul to steal. And he was in a bind because he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man sawing on the fiddle and playing a hop, so the devil jumped up on a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I bet you didn't know this, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take a dare, then I'll make a bet with you. Now you play a pretty good fiddle, son, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul because I think I'm better." Said, "My name's Johnny and this might be a sin, but I'll take that bet and you're gonna regret because I'm the best there's ever been. Johnny, rising up your bow and play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia and the devil deals the cards. And if you win, you'll get the shiny fiddle made of gold, but if you lose, the devil gets your soul." The devil opened up his case and he said, "I'll start this show," and fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he drew that bow across those strings and it made an evil hiss. And a band of demons joined right in and it sounded something like this. Finished, Johnny said, "Well, you're a pretty good old son, but sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. Run, boys, run. Devil's in the house with the rising sun. Chicken your birthday, big and out low. Rain is all night, no time, no. finished bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat. And he laid that golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. Johnny said, "Devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a gun, I'm the best there's ever been." Run, boys, run. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken the bread pan, picking out dough. Rain, she's all right, no y'all know. I don't think there's anything that King Bobo can't do. We have one more for you tonight. Thank you all again so much for coming out and spending your evening with us. Huey Lewis said it best, the heart of rock and roll is in fact in Cleveland. But we're not going to go to Cleveland tonight. Instead, we're going to keep going west. We'll drive right past Cleveland. We're going to hang a right, head up to that state that a lot of you don't like to say the name of. And we're going to finish our night out tonight in Detroit Rock City.
On a Saturday night, 9 o'clock.
behind the bass guitar right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sergeant Chevalier. Is he more fun to listen to, or is he more fun to watch? Oh, he's had to get in about 2 years worth of dancing in just 1 week. I think he's got it covered. The Army National Guard has not stopped serving in the course of this collective slowdown that we've felt in the world in the past 18 months. The governor sent us to work immediately, providing testing centers, providing drive-through vaccination sites, and even supporting 14 warehouses throughout the state that support food banks in all 88 counties across the state to make sure that people have enough to eat while we get through this.
Thank you. Good job.
This is the part of the evening where we like to thank our service members and our veterans that are here with us tonight. And we want to give an extra thank you to anyone who's been serving and helping provide these safety measures and help us flatten the curve over this past 18 months. People serving duties at home just as important as people that are serving duties across the globe. So veterans and service members, when you hear your service song, please stand or raise your hand to be recognized. States Coast Guard. States Air Force. members here tonight. Thank you so much for serving our country and for keeping us safe.
Sergeant Luthi, could you come up, please? We talked about a couple of soldiers who, this is their last AT with us. And for the gentleman that you see standing here, this is Sergeant Jason Luthi. And Jason Luthi will be retiring from the Army in March with 20 years of service, all with the 122nd Army Band. Sergeant Luthi and I came into this unit together pretty much at the same time, just a couple of months apart. And Sergeant Luthi is currently a band director in Ayersville City Schools in Northwest Ohio. And we, both of us, basically started our band directing careers together. I started teaching at Tenora, Northeastern Local Schools in Defiance, right around the same time Sergeant Luthi started teaching in North Central, up in the same area. And I will tell you, throughout 20 years of serving with this man in this unit, I can think of no other greater soldier, musician, and friend than Sergeant Luthi. And I'm very privileged tonight to introduce him to you and have him conduct our final march on this concert. And so I'm going to pass the baton over to my great friend, my great colleague, and one of the greatest soldiers I know, Sergeant Jason Luthi, to conduct our final march for you.
Hurrah for the flag of the free. May it wave as our standard forever. Those are the words of the March King and the final strain of the official march of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, John Philip Sousa's The Stars and Stripes Forever.
There's one other soldier I want to recognize here in a minute. Before I do that, just a couple of thank yous. Scott Conway, are you still here? Scott's in the back here representing Beaver Township Parks and Rec. Fed us a fantastic meal tonight. Fried chicken, pasta, sandwiches, the whole 9 yards. Thank you, Scott, for everything tonight. Thanks for letting us play here in the amphitheater. Also want to thank a couple of gentlemen that don't get a lot of recognition or attention unless something goes wrong. And tonight, I think everything went fantastic, so you probably didn't think a whole lot about them because they do such a great job. That's Sergeant Vern Montgomery and Corporal Nick Steyer back here in the sound booth. Let's give them a big hand. Checking my notes here. I want to recognize real quick, I haven't done this enough, but I've started doing it certainly on tour here, but I want to recognize all of the soldiers that you see standing behind me tonight. We typically have 24 days to put a show together for our annual training. This year, with COVID mitigations and everything else that has happened throughout the Guard and throughout the state and the country, essentially, we sat down and kind of did the math on this. Essentially, we put this show together in 10 days total throughout last year. So these guys are fantastic, guys and gals. The soldiers you see standing behind me are some of the finest men and women that the United States Army has to offer, the finest soldiers, the finest musicians, the finest people, the greatest friends that anybody could ever ask for, the greatest battle buddies that anybody could ever ask for. So these soldiers behind me, I can't give them enough credit. I can't give them enough thank you for what they do. There's just not enough thank you to give for it. They're all fantastic soldiers. They are within the ranks of the 122nd Army Band. Our non-commissioned officer corps, our NCO corps, is the strongest one that I know of in the U.S. Army. And that's because it has one of the strongest leaders I know of in the United States Army, and that is our first sergeant. That is First Sergeant Andrew Summon over here in the trombone section. And finally, one soldier I want to say goodbye to today is also his final AT and final concert with us today on annual training. This young man, this is Sergeant Michael Chevalier here on bass. Or Chevy, as we like to call him. Chevy came to me a number of years back. He auditioned, and he had a great audition, but the one thing I remember specifically is he had the most beautiful beard I had ever seen. It was just magnificent. And I felt so terrible because he knocked his audition out of the park, and I said, Michael, you're going to have to shave your beard, man. But he made the sacrifice. He came to us. He's one of the finest bass players I know. His energy is enormous, and so is his heart. He's one of the greatest guys I know. And the work that he has put into this unit with the rock band and everything else that he has done, plays euphonium in the concert band, has just done an enormous amount of wonderful things in this band. We're going to be sad to see him go to Michigan, but he's going to be moving on to further his education and hopes to someday return to us. And we're going to welcome him back with open arms, absolutely. So please give me a warm hand and a round of applause for Michael Chevalier. one more before we hit the road.
Tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. The ones who died, who gave that right to me, and I will stand true and defend us still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say